Ngozi Talk Shows family is Nomsa here at Ngozi Talk Shows. Find your own voice and lead from within. Sorry guys, I'm late. My computer technical problems, but I'm here now. And so our topic today is all about how to find the right partner. Are you someone who is out there struggling to find the right partner, or are you someone who is given up in this world of dating? I know there's some people that I talk to and who have been in the dating game for a very long time. And when I speak to them, they're like, there is no good people out there. There's no good women out there. There is no good men out there. But there is. The fact that there is somebody who is good looking for a good woman and a good man, that means is the good news. That means that there is someone good out there searching for a good man or searching for a good woman. So what do you do if you want to find that right person? First, we need to have clarity of what we want in life. When we say we want to find this right partner, finding a partner is like creating a business plan. When you create a business plan, you have to do some research. So I'm not saying you're going to do some research, but you have to do some research within you. What do you want? What kind of a person are you looking for? So you write down all those things, the type of a person you're looking for. Write down every list after list. And once you finish writing down that list, so you need to go back and check it. You need to check everything that you have written. Are you that yourself? When I mean, are you that? It means if I say I'm looking for a woman for a serious relationship, as a man, am I ready to date? Am I ready for a commitment? If I was to meet a woman and there is money, there is everything, and we can get married, if I can get to know that woman, get married, am I ready to actually commit? Because commitment is a big responsibility. And when it's a big responsibility, it requires you to live that character. The character, I mean, taking responsibilities. It means if you are somebody who is obsessed with work, those bad habits, it means they need to go. It means you need to sit down and have a look at what are the benefits, what is required to actually be in a relationship, in a long-term relationship. What is required? Does it require excuses? Does it require anything? So you just have to sit down. If you say, okay, there are some people who wants to date, they're like, oh, I want to date someone who is rich, or someone who has got a business, or someone who is successful. So are you successful yourself? So when I'm talking about success, I'm not talking about maybe finances. I'm talking about the mindset. Because if you are a woman and you want to date a successful man, what is required for that? Something is required. So if you are a man and you want to date a successful man who has a high demanding job, something comes with it. So you have to be able to understand what you are asking in order for you to receive it. Once you have a clarity of what you want, you look at your you sit down and then you look at, oh, this is what I want. And then if you match those categories, that what you're looking for. If you're looking for, like the girls that says, I'm looking for a successful man, I'm not going to settle for less, I'm not going to date or just somebody, I just want somebody who knows what they want, somebody who is very, very successful. Do you actually know what you want? Normally, it's the opposite. Sometimes the people, they say, I know what I want, but the attitude, the character doesn't go with what they say they want. So you have to make sure that your character goes with everything. If you want a long-term relationship, so your character, if you say, I'm not going to settle for less, okay, so whatever you want to settle for, you have to become that. If you say, I'm not going to settle for less, you have to become that thing that if you say, I don't want to settle for less, your character, relationship is education. When it comes to education, it does not matter how many degrees you have. But if you don't understand the skills of a relationship, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have. If the relationship is not going to work. There are some people say, I'm educated, I have everything. So if you have everything, you need to understand the skills that is required in that relationship. You need to understand the image that is required in that to enter a long-term relationship. Your authenticity has got to be real. You've got to be authentic. Your beliefs. Understand your authenticity, understand your beliefs, understand your values. Know yourself deeply, really, really deeply, so that you have the self-awareness. When you go into introspection and ongoing journey of self-discovery to find that special person. So the steps of finding the right partner, you have to reflect. Self-reflection, I've mentioned that from the beginning. And your strength, who am I? Who am I? I have some questions here. I think I have questions that Dr. Olukoya, which is my father in the Lord, I use these questions a lot. I have one in his book. So he says, you did not come to this world to hang around, to mess about, to settle for less. That's not the reason why you're on earth. So when we are looking for love, we need to think about those things, why we're here. What kind of a woman am I looking for? What kind of a man am I looking for? The queen, the king, what kind of a person am I looking for? If I say I'm looking for a long-term relationship, I have to understand, and he speaks about it, the moment you are born, your time begins. Time doesn't wait for you. It doesn't wait, and that is 100% true. When we are born, the clock begins. So can you imagine now that you are you're looking for this long-term relationship, and you enter this relationship knowing that this person is not right for you, knowing that the person you enter a relationship with, they're not right for you, but you date them anyway, knowing that time is precious, and knowing that you are worthy, then you give yourself credit. And he also goes that he talks about many destinies for greatness Many are destined for greatness, but live in the dark room of life. There are some people who are great, really, really great, really, really great. And but they're great when it comes to life, living a life how they're supposed to. They're dating the wrong guys, dating the wrong man, wrong women. And if you speak to them, they're like, I know, but I have to anyway. They have excuses after excuses that they can tell you. So it's very, very, very important when you say you are looking for love, to understand, like he says as well, that you are born to excel. When we are born to excel, it means we're not going to settle for less. We're not going to look at our lives and tell ourselves that we are not good enough. We are not going to actually talk ourselves out of our blessings. So if you're not going to talk yourself out of your blessings, you have to understand in every person, like he says, in every child that is born on earth, there is an inborn argue propelling him to something of outstanding significance. So it's very, very important to know that you were born to be great. You were born to be something in this world. You were born to contribute to something. You were born to become this person, this woman that you're meant to become, or this man that you're meant to become. So you're born to be something bigger. So in the relationship is the same way. So if you are somebody who struggle, what makes you happy in life? Ask yourself, what makes you happy? What makes you fulfilled? What are your fears and insecurities? Work on those fears and insecurities, and your long-term goals and aspiration. And that's why I said is finding true love is like creating a business plan, but in a different way. It's more like the mindset has to be in the right place. So maybe then if you have asked these questions, you write down everything, maybe seek feedback. There might be some aspects where there might be blindness, and ask a friend for. Don't ask people that you know they're jealous of you, or you know they don't support you, they're not going to support you to succeed. So ask a friend or a family member or a trusted colleague about your strength and your weaknesses. Ask them, they might give you feedback. And also keep your journal. It's very, very important to journal your journey, life, journal, you record your thoughts, your feelings, experiences. This can help you to identify your patterns and the behavior. Is very, 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 very important. Identify your values as well. Think about values that are most important to you. I mentioned it before. This could be like integrity, family, adventurous, creativity, and also consider the times where you felt most fulfilled and proud of yourself. And also, what are values? What values were you upholding during those moments, when that moment you feel so alive, you felt so fulfilled? What were those values? And then go to your beliefs, work on your beliefs. And once you work on your beliefs, especially those you think that they have been imposed by others or society norms. So ask yourself whether these beliefs align with your true self. And for me, I don't have too many extremely beliefs, but the beliefs that I have is I'm a Christian. My Christian values, I'm really strong with my Christian values, but not in an obsessed way. I am also, I love talking about God. God is an amazing God. So when I meet somebody, they have to know about my beliefs, because I know there are some people that says God doesn't exist. God, to me, he exists. So those are my beliefs that are very important. So you have to look at yours. What are your beliefs that are important, that so that when you actually meet somebody or you speak to somebody and you know that that person is right for you, and also embrace your vulnerability. Authenticity often involves being vulnerable and open about your true thoughts and feelings, even if they make you uncomfortable. So practice honest and communication with yourself and others. When you do that, it means practicing honest and communication with yourself. It helps you to get to know you. It helps you to actually rediscover about yourself, more things about yourself. Learn from your mistakes. We tend to blame ourselves when it comes to a relationship, or sometimes if we have dated the wrong women or we've dated the wrong guys, we tend to stay in that place where we're blaming ourselves instead of getting out of that zone and just learn from it, and so that you can work on yourself and pick the right person and not repeating the same mistakes. So it's very important to actually learn from your mistakes and knowing what you want in life. Spend time with people who accept you. The reason why sometimes the people they choose the wrong people is when somebody's surrounded by people who are evil. There's some people out there who are good, so there's some people that are evil. Some people actually get to like it. They get to like it to live in that environment because they're like, I'm okay with it. I don't mind. They don't mind being hurt. In that way, it means when you go out on a date, you're going to find a woman who hasn't got the right character, and you're going to date them because you don't mind getting hurt. Or sometimes you may find a man that he hasn't got the right character, and then you're going to select them because you don't mind getting hurt. So it's very important to actually look after yourself and surround yourself with people who appreciate you and who are grateful to have you, for you to be part of their lives. And when you do that, it means that when it comes to selecting the right partner, you're going to select somebody that appreciates you, somebody that accepts you for who you are, and somebody that can encourage a healthy relationship with you. So healthy relationship can encourage self-discovery and authenticity. It's very important to select that person, because when you select somebody, you're not selecting them for temporary. You are selecting somebody for the rest of your life. No one says, I'm selecting a part-time girlfriend. There's only the players that says, oh, I'm not ready to settle down, but I need a woman. Sometimes people have relationship for sex. And when they meet the women that are serious, or they meet men or women that just want sex and money, they just want to be looked after, they're looking for somebody to buy them expensive, look after them, maybe spoil them, and things like that. But deep down, they are looking for a long-term relationship. I always read on Facebook, like some girls, they're like, I'm dating two guys at the same time, but I'm looking for a relationship. And this guy is this, and this guy is this, so I'm confused. So if you are looking for a long-term relationship, why dating two people at the same time? Because these are two people that have their own wounds, own problems, and then you are the third one that has their own problems. When these three linked together, you go and have sex with that one. When you finish, you go and have sex with that one. And that one tells you their issues. This one tells you their issues. You have your own issues. So how is that going to work? That sounds messed up. So let's just stick to the one person. If we are looking for a long-term relationship, if we are looking to play, we can date two people at the same time. But if you are really, really looking for a long-term relationship, you have to date one person. The reason why I'm saying this, people don't understand the physically and the spiritual realm. Whatever happens in the physical, it is recorded or is attached to the person in the spirit realm. So the judgment will be there, because the universe will judge you and say, you know what? You say you're looking for a long-term relationship, but you're playing these two women or playing these two men. So when you are ready, so the universe may actually use, or God may actually use these two men to actually cause pain, because that's is the play when you're playing. So if you are looking for a long-term relationship, you just stick to the one person. If you want to stick to two people, you gotta have to pray, because whatever is attached in the physically is attached in the spiritual. We get blessings based on what we desire in life. The character is very, 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 very important. I'm not saying be an angel. No one is perfect. But all I'm saying is, if you are looking for a long-term relationship, you got to look after number one. You got to look at yourself in front of the mirror. Be grateful for the person that is in front of that mirror, and not wanting to settle for less. Because when you have two women at the same time, that's settling for less. That's too much a headache. No matter how much money you have, that's too much a headache. Two men is too much a headache. Having one man to satisfy him in bed, in the physically, or just with simple things. Can you imagine where you have to just do things for two men or do things for two women? When you do things, they both want, it doesn't matter whether you're playing them, they both want their desires to be fulfilled. So how are you going to fulfill the desires of two women? There's people that say, oh, they say, I want a man who can help me pay my rent, pay my this, pay my this, pay my this. But that comes with a catch. Time is moving. The clock is ticking. So if you are looking for a long-term relationship, just focus on what you're looking for. Because if you focus on other things, then you won't be able to actually connect with the right person. Or if, let's say, you want to date You want to find a long-term relationship and you are like, I'm gonna date two people and see how it goes. It doesn't work like that. The connection from the beginning is very, very, very important. Very, very, very important to connect, because if you date two people at the same time, that's why when you go to a matchmaker, what we do is if you go on a date and you're not sure about the person, you don't waste time, you move on. We give you another introduction until you find somebody that you're sure. But when you go to dating apps and you say, I'm going to date these two girls sometime, and I'm gonna see who is better between them two. Do you think God will be happy? He punish you. He will actually control you to choose the wrong one so that you can live in punishment. So choose just one person, date one person at a time. If things don't work out, that's fine. But if you understand the realm, how it works, the physically and the realm, how God works, you will not be dating somebody thinking less of you, or thinking that you are not enough, or thinking that you're not worthy. Picking the wrong guys enter your life, take advantage of you. Picking women, they enter your life, they take advantage of you. You wouldn't be doing that. You select a man that you believe is worthy. What's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. So if a man is wealthy, they have to be wealthy inside. You cannot date a wealthy guy that treats you like shit, like you are nothing. You cannot date a wealthy woman that treats you like you are nothing, that does not respect you. Their money is worthless because your health is more important. So date somebody that is going to treat you with respect, that is going to treat you like a king. I'm not saying your relationship, there are no conflict. I was talking about conflict yesterday. Conflict will always be there. But if you have a conflict with somebody, a woman that you know that this woman respects me with all her heart, this man respects me with all her heart, whatever is going on in this moment is just going to pass by. But if you date somebody who you know that they don't respect you, there's no point. No point in dating that person. So you might as well move on. Seek boundaries, personal boundaries. Define and maintain those personal boundaries and your actually your values and authenticity. Boundaries that will help you to protect the sense of self. How do you want to be treated? It's very, very important. Be patient. Good people don't just they don't just good people are worth waiting for. You know, the reason why I am a matchmaker for men is when a man select the woman, and when a man looks at this woman and say, you are the one that I've been waiting for all these years, it's been worth it. And then when they tell you that, can you please remove my profile because I found the one. And that makes me happy when the king finds his queen. When the king get to meet his queen, get to have a relationship with his queen, And they get to look at her into the eyes and say, it's been worthwhile waiting. Be patient. It's very, very important to be patient. When I'm saying to be patient, don't be patient and then cursing your life. So we become patient. At the same time, we live in a way that our desires have already been fulfilled. Know yourself very, very well. Self-awareness is very, very important. And define your ideal partner. How do they look like? That's where you have to create a vision. Must have qualities. What are they? I've covered that from the beginning. Understand the compatibilities. Avoid common misconceptions. Sometimes there's some girls who likes really, they tell you that I like sexy, good-looking guys. There's some men who loves sexy, beautiful women, but they don't understand that what is sexy. Sexy is what's on the inside of a person. Sexy is the character of a person. Sexy is a woman who has a mentor when she walks, when she looks at you, when she touches you with grace, when she looks at you through eye to eye, she lets you know that I am yours. That is a woman to marry, not a woman that she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she doesn't really understand herself, doesn't really understand what is relationship, what she brings into a relationship. She's in that place where she's confused. So when we are looking for the qualities, we look at our qualities, and when we look at our qualities, you want somebody who's intelligent woman. Intelligent woman is not necessarily they have 5 degrees or 2 degrees or 3 degrees. A woman who knows exactly what they want and who knows exactly how to go and get what they want, who knows exactly how to look after their man. A man that does the same as well, who knows exactly what he wants, what he desires in life. A man who has a vision for his queen, a queen who has a vision for her relationship, who is ready to mentor her man, who is ready to be a provider, a man that is ready to be a provider, a man that is ready to be an architect, a man that has a vision. If I meet a man, you tell me, you say I'm beautiful, I understand. So what vision do you have for me? Not necessarily for me, for the woman that you want to meet. So you have to know, as a man, you have to know the vision that you have for your woman. And it's very, very, very important to know what you want in life. And what are you going to do with this thing when you find this beautiful, beautiful woman? Because there's women are beautiful. We are so beautiful and so very intelligent. Men are so beautiful, so handsome, and so they provide for us. They have a vision for us. Even though we're educated, they're still there. They play their part as a man. So you have to know those things, and mostly you have to value yourself. Not in an ego way, just value yourself, the person that you are. When you value yourself, you will choose the right partner to spend the rest of your life with. A partner where when you have problems, they'll stand by you, regardless. A partner where they'll do anything to see you happy, and the other person will do the same. So if you are those both people and when you select somebody, we don't go out and say, you know what, I'm looking for a woman, but they have to have, like, let's say I like blonde girls, and I like dark girls, or I like men with this. How God works in so many ways. He works with the heart and the journey of life, how your path has been. Because through that path, there is an angel, a man that is an angel that has already been prepared in that path. The problems, the journey that you have gone through in life, God has already prepared a man that is single, that he wants you to date, so you cannot go through that pain again. But because we don't know, we tell ourselves that, you know what, I like blonde people. When you say I like blonde, a woman can change the color. It's a fetish. They can change the color of their hair. So what we need to like is, I like beautiful women. Yes, you are entitled for that. But for me, my beliefs are, my beliefs before we, I just have to get this tall guy, this description, or even if it's not a tall guy, they have to be educated. They have to, this, I have to be this, until I realize that actually the universe does not work like that. The universe works through the path of life. Obviously, if you are a tall woman, you cannot date a short woman. But how the universe works, how God works, God looks at your, he goes back to the foundation of life, childhood with your parents. He looks at the life story. And he will look at the journey, he will look at the beginning, when the guys that you've dated, the women that you've dated, whether they've mistreated you, whether they've rejected you, whatever the pain or the joy you have gone through, he looks at all that. And then if you say, like, let's say if you are a Christian and you say, God, I'm looking for a man that is going to treat me like a woman. And God will bring exactly that thing. But because that man hasn't got maybe the brown hair, he hasn't got the dark hair that you're looking for, and then you're like, you reject that man. Maybe the woman hasn't got the blonde hair or the color of hair that the fetish that you like, and you look at this woman, but God has sent the right woman to you to actually connect, because he knows that he knows whatever your life, he knows what's gonna happen that day in the end. He knows the future. He is the creator of your destiny. So when he brings these people to you, you have to evaluate. Now is up to you now to evaluate the right person that you can select. Because the dream that we seek, it might not turn out to be the one that we originally written. The dream that I originally wrote about my life, I wrote my life in so many ways. I can tell you that I wrote down my vision. But he had his own plan about my life. So he had his own plan. So all I'm saying is that sometimes we have to live in this awareness of understanding what's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. What's on the inside of a person. Now with the matchmakers, like when you work, sometimes like you find women, they're doctors and they want to date doctors. People just create their own destiny. That's why there's so many divorce in this world, because People don't understand how the universe works, how God works. Just because I'm a doctor, it doesn't mean I'm going to marry a doctor. I might marry an artist. I might marry a lawyer. Maybe my husband is a lawyer, not a doctor if I'm a doctor. But nowadays, a lawyer wants to date a lawyer. They will tell you that when they come to register for matchmaking, I'm looking for a lawyer. I don't mind for somebody who's very, very successful, who has worked all their lives, but then when they are looking for a man or a woman, what if, like, let's say you earn 1 million and maybe your husband or your wife is a billionaire. So then when you say, okay, I'm looking for love, you just cut yourself out of blessings. So that's what I'm trying to say. That is sometimes if you're looking for love, tell the universe out loud, tell God out loud. If you are a Christian, you will know what I'm talking about. We live in this world where everybody wants to be like everybody, but we are individual people who live different lives. So our blessings cannot be the same. Everybody wants to be everybody. The people wants to do whatever people are doing. Sometimes it's confusing because the destiny doesn't mean what people are doing. It doesn't mean it's your destiny. So when you find love based on what you believe you deserve in life. That it works. Nowadays, there's so many divorces. If you understand in the realm of the spirit and the realm of this physically, if you understand that there are some people, Dr. Olukoya explains that there are some people in the realm, in the physical world, they see themselves as nothing. But in the physically, they might be like queens and kings and billionaires, but because that cannot manifest until you actually know that only God can make that decision when it comes to life. The enemy hasn't got a say about your life. So those are the things that you need to actually, when you're looking for love, looking for online dating, understand the role of communication, understand the role of writing your profile. When you write a profile, don't put, I don't want time wasters. We already know that you don't want time wasters in your heart, so don't put that in your profile. It's actually, the more you put it, the more people are gonna want to come and wind you up. If you say, I don't want time wasters. So if you just write your profile and make it as sexy, as simple, exciting, adventurous, make it authentic. Because everybody is exciting, everybody is adventurous. So make it exciting as keep it real and simple. And you find it as what you're looking for. And red flags, watch the red flags. Deal breakers, very important. Build relationship, identify all those things. Trust, respect. It comes with a character and boundaries, maintaining individuals, authenticity and balancing independence, togetherness is very important. Long-term commitment, what is required in a long-term commitment? How do you overcome challenges if a relationship will have challenges? Those are the things that you need to understand. Self-care, find love after. If you're somebody who has had a heartbreak or loss. So you have to understand, sometimes the people, you have to understand that you are individual as a person. For me, I used to think less about myself, but not anymore. I don't think less about myself anymore, because I know that life is a game and God created the earth, and I just have to live it. Life is there for us to enjoy it, is there for us to live it, is there for us to enjoy it, and not to limit ourselves. For me, what helped me to find my spouse, I sat down and I had to reflect on everything. I knew that my dating life was messed up. I was meeting the right person, but my relationship were ending up in the same cycle all the time. So I actually made a vow to God. I said, God, my way doesn't work. I've tried it in my own way. It doesn't work. And I said, send a man to me. I just said it out loud. Send a man that you believe this man will complement my destiny, align with my values and my beliefs. And I had to change my attitude as well. I had to be authentic. I had to be the one that I had to be the one myself. So many things that I had to change, but the change was just for me. It wasn't for anybody else. I wasn't making some changes because I was meeting a guy. I was making some changes for me because I wanted to feel good inside of me. And I wanted to live, to walk a life that is grace, that is true. It's like when I come here at Ngozi Talk Shows, my identity, I have to speak on who I believe is true about my identity. And it doesn't matter what people think, what people say. Like sometimes I do my talk and then I do my little bit of exercises, showing people that how do you to connect with your body, using music, how to listen to the rhythm of life. I do that because this is the path that has helped me to be the person that I am. But if somebody else, it might help them in a different way. So it might help somebody else, because there are so many women who are beautiful out there. You meet them, they think they are not enough. They have these things where they have labeled themselves. The world is confusing. So to be honest with you, if you were to shut down social media and all these things and just rediscover more about yourself, this world will be a beautiful world, because we have lots of women who embrace themselves, who walk the walk, who talk the talk, not women who thinks they're not enough, not men who thinks that they are not enough. So guys, I'm gonna have to go now. I have a meeting. I think my meeting is started. So if you want to connect with me, you can go to Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and send out your application form. Once you send the application form, and once I have your application form, we arrange in just discover call to find out what you want or how we can help you moving forward. There's so many things on the website. If you want just coaching, you can register for coaching, for dating coaching, or finding your own voice and leading from within. So those are the things, or boot camp as well. We do boot camp. If you want to register for, if you want to inquire about that, there's so many options. And you can get my book as well, the copy of my book, through the website as well. The link wasn't working this morning. I'm not sure if it's been fixed in the paying, the checkout. So I'm not sure if it's been fixed. And so I'm gonna have to go, guys. And okay, so okay, I'm gonna talk about this next time. So God bless. Live with grace.